こんにちは。こんにちは。こんにちは。
Oh. Hold on. There we go. My my iPhone turned off. iPhone camera. Greetings! Welcome, welcome. We're back. Oh, Thursday stream. Man, I'm feeling it today. I don't know what's been up with my back recently, but man, everything has been hurting lately. Oh, hit that. Yay. Yeah, sitting up, laying down. Oh, back hurts. But greetings! Welcome, Lojo. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. We're going to be playing a little bit of Warcraft 1 today. I don't know how long the stream is going to go on today, just because of how I'm feeling and everything. I think I know what a lot of it is, because on top of just my back not being in a good like place, the stress of the whole like situation and everything basically being on my shoulders to make sure that all the bills are paid and that we have food on the table and like the power stays on and there's heat and stuff in the house while battling for income with disability and all that stuff. Very stressful situation. And I don't think it's doing any favors for any of the health conditions that I have. The three major ones being the diabetes, the myriad of problems in my back and spine, and this infection that is still a little bit ongoing in my mouth. It flared up a little bit last week, and I had to take another round of antibiotics to get that taken care of. Which is why last week, if we look at like last week's schedule here, it was so sparse, because I think these 2 days I was just not in a good place and had to completely take a day off. So that being said, going forward, I'm going to show you guys next week. I'm changing the schedule a little bit, reducing things down a bit. Arkham Kratos, thank you for the YouTube follow. Basically a follow. Subscriptions on YouTube are follows. Yeah, thank you. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I originally when I set out the schedule at the start of the year, I'm like, okay, we're gonna start at noon. We're always gonna be live at noon, and then we're going to be going forward. But I consistently haven't been able to meet that schedule because of things that I've had to do in the morning, and the number of events that start at like 8 or 9 a.m. and don't wind up until like 10:30 or 11. That puts me in a huge rush to get back here, get everything set up and going by noon. So I've pushed the start time of the streams from noon to 2 p.m. That's pushing it forward 2 hours, because I've consistently had to do that with the streams anyway in order to be able to make the times. Just because, like, if I'm gonna be like going out to mail letters or do social security things, those offices don't open until 9 a.m. and that stuff typically takes a couple of hours to complete. So I would be running right up against the time and having to rush back and then get everything rushed and set up and not have any kind of break in between for like food or stuff. or have to wake up like super early and do everything super early. But yeah, it puts too much of a crunch on it because everything opens at like 8 or 9 and takes a couple of hours. So I'm pushing the start times for the stream forward 2 hours. So we won't be starting at noon Eastern time. We'll be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And if you take a look at the schedule, it should display everything in local times. I will link it to everyone. But yeah, this should display it on local times. I'm also removing the dev stream from Tuesday and taking the Super Mario RPG stream that used to be Monday morning and moving that to Tuesday, effectively giving me 3 days off on the weekends to get stuff done. Because my weekends have been pretty packed with just the amount of stuff that I've had to get done, and I haven't been able to get any of the prep work for the week, for streaming wise, done over the weekends because I'm doing so many other things on the weekends. So I can, if I move the Monday Super Mario RPG stream to Tuesday and just have the collaboration on Monday evening, I can use Monday morning to prep the week, the streams for the week. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go to YouTube, you can see that I have like these are the 2 live streams for tomorrow. I've already got them prepped up and ready to go. And this is the live one. And they're prepped up in order of time. So all I have to do is hit the stream button in OBS and it'll grab the next one, which will be the Pokemon one. And that's all that's ready to go for tomorrow, so I don't have to be rushing around right before the stream trying to make everything, trying to make the social media posts and all of that. I've already got all of that prepped. Ideally, I'd want all of that prepped before the week started, which was my initial plan. I can prep that on like Sunday and then get everything done for the week, but my Saturday and Sundays have been so busy that I haven't been able to get that done. So I'm going to reserve Monday for getting the prep done for these 4 streams. And I think 4 game, like, we're not losing any games, right? What was here was the behind the scenes dev stream. So we're still playing the same 4 games that we were playing before. This is not going to be Warcraft 2 Remastered. This is going to be Warcraft Orcs and Warcraft 1, the Orc campaign. So we're not losing anything. We're just compressing it down. The collab stream is still going to be Monday evening, and the Wednesday streams are going to be ending early from here on. We're going to be starting at 2 and ending at no later than 7. So the latest we'll go on a Wednesday stream will be 7 o'clock. Because that's Survivor night, and Nari Mom and I watch Survivor on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays are going to be short streams, but Tuesdays and Thursdays can run longer than like 8 o'clock, which was normal cutoff point. I can run these 2 days on most days, depending on how I feel, past 10 o'clock easy. Because we run till about 10 o'clock for the Played Up collab, and we go to like midnight for the Planet Crafter collab. The Pokemon Blue is going to be ending at 8, even though we're starting at 2. Because of the Planet Crafter collab starts at 9, and there's still going to be an hour break between the 2. Yes. So that's schedule changes. I think these changes are going to make it easier for me to hit the actual times on there. And specialty items are still going to come up. I'm expecting there to be a Nintendo Direct sometime soon for The Legend of Zelda, because I believe it's his 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda this year. And special events like that, I'm still going to cover those on stream, and those are just going to pop up when they pop up. And yeah, those will be at the time of the event. So if it starts at 9, then that'll start at 9. Greeting Lansley, welcome. I was just discussing changes in my schedule going forward that'll make things a little bit easier for me. So I can run this down again real quick. I'm changing the start time from the stream from 12 Eastern time to 2 p.m. Eastern time. So we're moving it forward 2 hours. Because I've been consistently missing the 12 o'clock timetable and having to move it forward 2 hours anyway. Because so many things that I have to do in the morning time start at like 8 or 9 and go for a couple of hours. So like I'll be across town and it's like 11:30 and I have to stream at noon. And like if I'm doing SSI stuff, that happens. If I'm going to like a food pantry, that happens. If I'm, yeah. So I've been having to push it out to 2 p.m. almost every day anyway. So I figured let's just move the start time from noon to 2. Give me that extra 2 hours. And I think that'll be a much easier time to hit. Yeah. I'm also moving, I'm kind of deleting the dev stream that was on Tuesday, and I'm moving the Super Mario RPG that was Monday morning to Tuesday. To give me kind of Monday morning to do stuff. We're still gonna have the Played Up collaboration on Monday evening. But my weekends have been like packed with me doing things. So I haven't been able to get any of the prep work done that I want to get done on the weekends. And that is like doing things like this. Like these are the 2 streams for tomorrow. I already have them set up here. I have social media shout outs ready to go for it. So all I have to do is push a button and start the streams. I'd want to get this stuff done. Ideally, my idea was to get it done on the weekend. So on Sunday, I would like prep the whole week's worth of streams. But my weekends have been so packed, I haven't been able to do that. And I've been overflowing into Monday and having to do stuff on Monday morning that means I can't get to the Super Mario RPG stream, because I've had to move the Mario RPG stream to Tuesday for 3 weeks in a row now because of the amount of stuff I've had to do on Monday morning that I couldn't do on the weekend just because things were closed on the weekend, like the post office and whatnot. So I'm just moving the Mario RPG from Monday to Tuesday. We're not actually losing any games because this was the dev stream slot anyway. So we still have the same number of games being played. I'm just not playing them on Monday morning. And I'm going to use Monday morning as my week prep slot. Yeah, week prep slot. To make sure that the whole week is prepped and ready to go. So I'm not rushing around 10 minutes before stream trying to set up the stream and the social media and all of that stuff. Because a lot of the streams where I'm sitting on the loading screen for like 20 minutes before the stream starts is me trying to get everything set up and ready to go after I push the start stream button, to make sure that I hit the time for the start of the stream. But then it's still 20 minutes of you guys watching the load screen because I have to do all the stuff in the background that I normally do before the stream while the stream is going. And that's not fun. I want to be able to hit the start screen and then come here into the game screen as soon as the ads are finished and not have to take an extra like 15 minutes setting things up. Because that's no fun. Because you guys are just sitting there, you're listening to my awesome music, and you're wondering, where's Nari? He hit the button, but he doesn't seem to be here yet. Yeah. And this isn't this. I know this is next week, and this is not going to be Warcraft 2 Remastered. It's going to be more of Warcraft 1 because I am not going to finish Warcraft 1 today. I don't know how long I'm going to be going today, to be honest, because my back is not giving me any help today. Like like just leaning back in my chair, the moment my back touches the backrest of the chair, sharp stabbing pains. Like not fun. So I have to, I'm sitting here and I have to make sure that I sit forward, but I can't lean forward because the moment I put any kind of lean or twist on my back, sharp stabbing pains. So that's fun. Oh, so I'm not sure how far we're going to be going with Warcraft today. I know we are going to be playing a few. I'm going to go ahead and get the game turned on, in fact. But I'm not sure. The combination of these two musics together is weird. I'm not that sure about how far we're going to be going today with the Orc campaign of Warcraft 1. We're going to get a lot of the easy missions of starting stuff knocked out. Yeah. I am very like pro my health over pretty much everything else, and like I'm pretty sure I know why things have been like worse lately, and if I had to nail it down, I would say it comes down to stress, because like the whole situation of like making sure we have food on the table and the bills are paid and all of that stuff is pretty much resting solely on me, and then taking care of Nari Mom, and then fighting to try and get the disability going and all of that stuff. Very, very stressful, and stress is not good when you have already existing medical conditions like my back and diabetes, and then not being able to get my medicine because I'm being priced out of it because Trump is fixing the economy. Yeah, very, very, very stressful, and I don't think it's doing any favors for my health, my back, or anything like that. Or my tooth infection, which flared up again right at the end of last week, and I had to take another round of antibiotics. So that's always fun when that happens. Yeah. So I think that's it for announcements. Yeah, I can even feel the infection right now whenever I put my jaw together. Like it's not hurting, but when my jaws touch, I can feel like a sharp like pain just kind of and then go away, and I'm like, stuff's happening. Stuff's happening that ought not be happening. Anywho. Warcraft. Let me turn this off, turn this on, and then make it to where I can see. Campaign. We've completed, I can go ahead and turn the music in the background off. We've completed the human campaign, with the last two missions being so absurdly balanced that I'm not gonna say that they're unbeatable. They are beatable, but beating them is a matter of luck, and it's not a matter that I wanted to invest. I'm not gonna sit here and play the campaign, that mission, 40 times, waiting for the one time that I get lucky and beat it. Especially since they take like 45 minutes. So yeah, and from my experience in playing the human campaign of this, even when you do beat it, it doesn't feel good, because it doesn't feel like I learned anything or that my improvement is what gave me the win. It feels like I got lucky and just happened to have won. Which is never a fun feeling. Yeah, I've never been a fan of randomness as a form of difficulty unless you design the game around it. But we have completed all of the human missions here. We have them all available. We have not completed the orc missions, which is what we're going to do now. A Pyrrhic victory. I don't know if it would classify as a Pyrrhic victory.
Black Cat has assigned you to an outpost in the swamps of sorrow. Your task is
The swamps of sorrow.
you are capable of it. Construct at least 6 farms so that we may keep our troops well fed and ready to do battle. Only a fool would leave his treasures unguarded, so you must also build the barracks for the defense of these farms.
Okay. Which one of these guys was talking? Okay. Why do these guys seem so much faster than the humans? Your command, master. Peon. Okay. Chop chop. Okay, that should give me enough space. Like that, just to doubly make sure. We're gonna go ahead and build the barracks when I get to 500. Bam. And now it's just a matter of building a bunch more farms. I need 6 farms. I have 2, so I need to build 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loop. Am I gonna get through this whole thing without ever seeing an enemy? How many farms do I need? 300. 300 wood. How many farms do I need? I do not need 300 farms. Okay, so it's 3 there, put 1 more right here, put 1 more right there, and that should be everything that I need. Mine more gold. Okay. I'm betting this path leads to a gold mine. Does. Are we protected at this gold mine? I think so. We need 500 to build a farm. And that should be mission complete right there. 6 farms and a barracks.
Gaze upon the destruction you have wrought and the broken bodies of your enemies.
Yay. The broken bodies of my enemies.
Like the stinging of a wasp, the attacks from the humans grow more and more bothersome.
Oh.
You have been assigned to a small outpost on the borderlands of the Swamps of Sorrow. You are to defend our lands from the incursions of these ravenous dogs by crushing any opposition that you encounter.
Simple enough. Okay. find that gold mine first. That seems like it might go somewhere I don't want it to. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's a restart. So the gold mine isn't to the right. Let's see if it's to the left. Got water, more humans. Okay, it's not down to the left, so let's see if it's up and to the left. Or just straight to the left. Come on, where is the gold at? Oh my god, I have never... Like, I'm nowhere near a gold mine. Okay, maybe... Maybe it's straight up? Then why wasn't it there on the last map when I walked up here? Oh, this game, man. This game. No, it's not. I think it was just a matter of the sprite didn't spawn on the map. Because the maps aren't randomized. They were created specifically. I think it just didn't spawn. Okay. Take the gold back, peon. Oh my gosh. I gave you the command like 4 times. Okay, you go. Start getting me some wood. Build me a barracks. Give me another peon. We're gonna need to increase our wood supply. You go chop wood. You go chop wood. You give me another peon. You Give me another orc. Your command, master. You go down here with these guys. I need more road. I need 300 for the farm. Bam. Okay, then you can... Oh, this control group number 1. Fill out the darkness a little bit. Build me a lumber mill. Waiting for the wood. Okay. Get me some spear throwers going on here. And some more peons. If I can get 5 on gold and 5 on wood. Well, I think I'm doing pretty good on the ones I have on gold. Get a couple more on wood and we should be okay. Go fix this. Upgrade that. These guys. Literally ignoring everything and just chasing peons. Get my APM up. Okay. Let's see where this other gold mine is. There has to be a second one. Okay. Really? Okay. The entire upper part is safe. Okay. Back over here, and we can take all of these peons to that gold mine. Another gold mine down here. Now there are gold mines everywhere. Unbelievable. That my units will literally just stand there while they're under attack and not counterattack. Oh. Okay, I guess that was the last one.
As well as they die. The humans are growing strong in Grand Hamlet.
Are they?
Outposts will be placed under your dictatorship to use as you see fit.
Mm-hmm.
You must then prepare and lead a force to destroy Grand Hamlet and all that dwell there. Blackhand will brook no survivors. These humans must be taught a hard lesson in the ways of humility.
I see. Am I actually gonna get to find the gold mine this time? Okay, so there's a bridge right there. Is that my gold mine? My starting gold mine, I guess? Is it protected, or is there a back door filled with enemy troops? Of course, there's a back door filled with enemy troops. Okay, you go start getting me some gold. Build me another farm. I must say, if I had to give a recommendation, my recommendation would be don't play Warcraft 1. This game is not worth it. If you're looking for the old school RTS feel, I would say start with Warcraft 2. It is a much better game. The way that the enemy will just focus down only peons and nothing else, even while my entire army is chasing them, is crazy. Like, the enemy has been specifically programmed. Target peons above anything else. Well, my army seems to be programmed, unless the player specifically tells you to attack that army unit, completely ignore it. The reason that I say that I don't think Warcraft 1 is worth playing is primarily because of this whole you have to build on the road situation. Cause in Warcraft 2, yeah, and like one of the big things is like I'm always getting ambushed from behind in Warcraft 1, and there is literally nothing I can do about it. In Warcraft 2, I would send a peon over here to build 2 farms and block off that bridge. That way, if they try to send troops across the bridge, it's going to say your town is under attack, and I'll be able to go, oh, they're trying to beat their way through my farms. I can now have time to get troops over there to kill them. And then all I've lost is a couple of farms. You can't do that in Warcraft 1 because everything you build has to be adjacent to this road. If I find another gold mine on the other side of the map in Warcraft 2, I can build a new town hall next to the gold mine so that my peons don't have to walk all the way back and forth across to the map. You can't do that in Warcraft 1 because you only get one town hall. You can't move it or build a new one. Okay. Let's take a look to the other side of the bridge, so I can kind of see when they're coming from over there. Okay, you guys go chop lumber. think the humans are over here. We're gonna get a bunch more peons going.
Your command, Master. Your command, Master.
Mine more gold.
Your command, Master.
Okay, and this is at 750. I want to get this. Okay. I have a feeling the moment I step around, humans are gonna come from above, so I'm gonna keep my eye on red dots appearing up there near that bridge. Actually, we're gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna take a quick little break and I will be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. And I was thinking about that, Lansley, and I would actually say that what's happening in Doom is more fair than what's happening here. Because the enemies that spawn behind you in Doom are already there on the map. What's happening is that they're hidden in little rooms and alcoves that don't unlock until you're already engaged with another enemy. And so then it opens up a room full of monsters behind you that start shooting you in the back. Once you know that that room is there, you can sidestep it and get around and prepare for there being a whole nother room of monsters most of the time. Sometimes you just gotta run in and hope for the best. I ran into one of those rooms in Doom, but usually once you know that the monster trap is there in Doom, you can plan around it. I found that is not the case in Warcraft 1. Because of an element of randomness that is built into how the computer plays, and knowing how these games cheat, the computer has complete vision of the entire map, of what units I have, of how much resources I have, and where all of my units are right from the start. So they're playing with a full deck, and like they're able to see my entire hand. The computer also gets to instantly build things. It just waits to do so. Okay, I'm gonna continue looking down here. And I know that the the computer cheating like that has sticks around in these RTS games until well into the life of Warcraft 3. I'm pretty sure it was still there in the Frozen Throne expansion. It wasn't until StarCraft 2 that they actually started making the computer play the game against the player and not just have whatever they need. About you kill the other one. Okay. Okay, let's go over here and see what we get. Okay, so humans already have access to instant healing. And you may have noticed that these two mages are out of mana. And when I was attacking, they were still curing the enemy all the way up. To the point where I couldn't kill them with 5 archers. Yeah, when I was playing the humans, I didn't get that kind of mana. Now let's just hope I can get some kind of force build up before they decide to come over here and just steamroll the whole town.
Your command, Master. Lotar, Lotar. Lotar. Your command, Master. Dabu.
Okay. Actually. What are they building over here? Nothing? Okay. Go get me more gold. Now it's just a waiting game for the gold to arrive.
Your command, Master. Your command, Master. Your command, Master.
Really? We're 4 short? Okay.
Your command, Master. Your command, Master.
Okay. You're getting there. He's out of mana and still healing him all the way up. Unbelievable how much the computer cheats even at the early level. So, in order to have any kind of chance at winning, I have to completely ignore all the units that are beating down my troops and specifically go try to kill the priests. Because if you do anything else, you immediately lose. What's getting me most is the inability to protect your base. Okay. That was an attack move. Oh, are they hiding something back here? Okay. I'm not gonna get attacked by a unit standing off to either side right here. No, they're just gonna send a whole force. Okay. And they've killed all of my peons. Those pins are just working so they don't matter. I mean, not having the fog of war kind of helps, but the game is so, like, broken and unbalanced that it doesn't really help. Everything in this game, I mean, it always comes down to the same thing. Every map is you're gonna get pincered attack from two sides. You can't build any kind of defenses to protect your base, and the enemy is always going to outnumber you 2-1. That is every single mission in Warcraft 1. Not to mention my AI is basically turned off while the computer has like super AI. Because they get a healer, their healers get to cast when they don't have mana. The addition of these mana bars up there show me exactly how much mana they have when they're casting all these spells, and it's all the way down to 0 and they're still just casting spells left and right. Not as bad as the Orcs when you're playing against the Orcs, because the Orcs get a spell that just makes their units invincible for 30 seconds, and they can just spam that whenever they want. Not to mention, in the human campaign, the Orcs get the ability to summon demons, but they don't ever give you the ability to summon elementals. And I'm betting they're gonna do the same thing in the Orc campaign. When I get up there, the humans are gonna have elementals, and it's gonna restrict my ability to summon demons. And now I have to stop this with just 2 units when they have 3. They do not. You cannot get elementals in the second to last map. You can get them in the last map, but in the second to last map, they are not on your tech tree. Mine more gold. I would say it probably is a bug. There are a lot of things that are going on in the remaster that I don't remember the original being this difficult. There are a lot of quality of life improvements, like being able to assign control groups to select things, being able to select up to 12 units, being able to right-click context. Most of the time, that doesn't always work. Nice quality of life upgrades. But there's other things that are just bizarre in the way that they don't work. Like, I could have a whole bunch of units standing right here, and the enemy could march one of their people past all of my units and start beating on my building, and ultimately destroy the entire town while my army is just standing there and never responds to it. Yeah, but that in practicality hardly ever works because there's a limit to how far you can build the roads. So I can't just build a road all the way over here because once I get past this point, I'm restricted with how far down I can build roads past buildings. At least the humans are. I guess the orcs aren't. When I was on the human campaign, it would not let me build more than 6 spaces past my latest building. I guess that's not a thing for the orcs, which is confusing because why is it a thing for the humans? Unless it's just a bug that they forgot to fix. It seems like they introduced a lot of bugs when they did the upgrade, because it's not a one-to-one thing. Yeah, buildings have to be built within one space of the road, but when you're playing on the humans, you're restricted to how long you can make a road without there being another building nearby. Peons prefer to walk the road. That's interesting. I don't think I'm gonna win this this match because I'm already like behind the 8 ball when it comes to like just building up my army. I'm never gonna be able to build an army big enough to fend off the enemy here. I'm getting like 1 unit every, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Your command, Master.
Yeah. I don't think there's any real getting around it. Warcraft 1 is just a bad game. It's not even the thing, it was good for its time. I mean, it was unique for its time, but it was competing against Dune 2000 and Command and Conquer, which were both better games than Warcraft 1. Warcraft didn't find its footing until Warcraft 2. Warcraft 2 is fantastic. Warcraft 1 is kind of dog shit. Like, not gonna lie, this is not... There is no part of this game that is actually fun to play.
Your command, Master.
I don't know why anyone would ever want to try something like that with Warcraft 1.
Your command, Master.
you I'm gonna pause no, I won't pause. You can't trust what you see on YouTube. Because I've watched a lot of the YouTube videos when I was going through the human campaign to try and figure out what I was doing wrong. And I noticed that a lot of people were splicing their videos. So they would take like 40 or so attempts to actually clear something, and then only show the attempt when they got lucky enough to clear it. I noticed that happening a lot. And I'm dead because they just spawned in a bunch more units. Okay. But one thing you see a lot with Warcraft 1 on YouTube is that they'll put the video and say, oh, you just do this, this, and this, and you win. But what they won't tell you that was attempt number 57 of them trying to beat that mission, and then just finally beating it, and then putting that out there as, oh, look, see, this is how you do it. But when you try to replicate what they did, you don't get the same result. Because the computer in this game is not following a set pattern. It randomizes what it does. And I will agree that catapults are BS machines, but that's only when they're being used by the computer. Because even though your AI is non-existent, the computer's AI has been upgraded tremendously. So the computer will micromanage every unit and every ability on every unit simultaneously. It has been upgraded to be able to do that. Your units don't do any of that. They have not given any AI upgrades to the player-controlled units that were not in the original 1994 release. But the computer has been given upgrades to the logic and the way that they act that's on par with StarCraft and Warcraft 3 with how they behave and micromanage their units. You can see that specifically with the spellcasters, how in the span of just a couple of seconds, you can see them go through their entire rotation. You have to be careful with formulas like that, because a lot of people make shit up. It's a lot harder to see what's going on in Warcraft 1 than it is in the other games, because starting with Warcraft 2, they included an editor that let you look at those formulas and see exactly what was going on. All of that stuff is black box in Warcraft 1. And it's different from the original release to the remaster. So what held true for the original Warcraft Orcs and Humans doesn't hold true for the remaster, because of the computer AI does not behave the same way between the two games. It's far more advanced in this game. So you have to be on point. The original, the original release is a lot simpler. You could figure out what the computer was doing, because if you did the same thing, the computer would do the same thing every time. That is not the case in the re-release. The computer randomizes what it does. It randomizes what units it puts in certain places and where its rally points are, which is another thing you don't have. You don't get rally points. The computer gets rally points. Okay, so put this over here. The gold was down here. Right, somewhere? Right here. Okay, you're control group number 1. And there's a bridge right here that I need to watch out for. Yeah, now they've spawned up their army from both directions. Okay, yeah, that's a loss. If you push too far, they will insta spawn their army and you can't get it. Oh, there's a lot of things that Blizzard is unable to fix. Unit pathing is just one of their problems. Blizzard is a game company that's forgotten how to make good games. As evidenced by them not releasing one in a decade. Okay. It's not gonna let me do that, is it? No. Okay, that's a restart.
The humans are growing strong in Grand Hamlet.
This screen is an example. You see how my avatar is lagging?
You must then prepare and lead a force
The
to
menu
destroy
screen
Grand
of this
Hamlet
game
and all that dwell
is
therein.
using all of my
Cannot
system
work, no
resources
survivors. These humans
for
must
no
be
reason
taught
at all.
hard
If
lessons
I click
in the
out
ways of humility.
and the game is not the main focus, perfectly fine. But as long as the game is the main focus and it's on the menu screen, it uses all of your system resources. WoW is part of the problem, but World of Warcraft hasn't been a good game for a very long time. The big issue with Blizzard is they don't know how to make games anymore. Everybody that was good at making games left the company right before the whole sexual assault allegation thing started to come out with the whole Bobby Kotick situation. All of their talent jumped ship right before that happened. So the people that knew how to make the games that everybody enjoyed are just not there anymore. I wouldn't say it's turning into. It's already there.
Work complete.
I don't think it'll let me just put a building out here. This might be the restriction I was thinking of. Yeah. So it'll let you build the road out there, but it won't let you put a building that's not next to another building. So I can put a building here, one space away, but I can't put a building 2 spaces away. So I have to build buildings all the way out here before I can build the wall. That was the restriction that I ran into. Come on, I'm short on everything. Fine. It's still not gonna let me do it? Why is it green then red? This is one thing I don't like about the AI. The AI won't make my enemies, it won't make my army attack the enemies, but it will make my peons actively run away from the enemy army that's attacking them. And the enemy units automatically focus peons above everything else. So my peons will be actively ignoring my commands and running away from me. And then the humans will be chasing the peons. And then my army will have to just chase them around the map until one of them gets stuck on pathing somewhere. And there doesn't seem to be any way around that. So even with this, with the way it works, it won't, you can't wall things off. Will it let a unit walk right here? Okay, it won't let them walk. Which is kind of good, I guess, if it holds true for putting one right here as well, that the humans can no longer come across that bridge. What is this range? Why do human archers have more range than my spearmen? Oh. I'm only 3 missions in and I don't want to play this game anymore. You know what? That's from the computer has more range than the player. It's from the original game. One of the weird things about the remake is that the cheat, you can turn on God mode and it doesn't make you invincible. The computer can still kill you and in many cases one-shot you, even though you have God mode on, because the computer has access to those cheats as well and uses them in later missions. That was one of the weird things that I demonstrated when I was doing the human campaign. I think you have to type in Corwin of Amber to enable cheat, and then nope, that's Warcraft 2. What are the not being able to hit escape and open the menu is oh, is it a capitalization issue? Maybe. Apparently not. Yeah, I did. Okay, so you have to capitalize it and put spaces in there. Okay, come with me. Where's that bridge at? Alright, have fun. Good luck on your IRL things. Chop their village down. Anime protagonist mode, yes. Okay, what am I missing? They've taken units and ran them to the corner of the map somewhere. Or they spawned in some more peons, maybe? No? No, they've got units hiding in the corner of the map somewhere. Luke. Yeah, I've always disliked strategies like that. Like, if you've lost, you've lost. Like, accept it, move on, and we can play another game. Don't be pedantic about it and hide invisible units in different places on the map and make me hunt down everything square by square. Like, that's just bad manners. Where is this guy? That? Why would the computer be programmed to do that?
Gaze upon the destruction you have wrought.
Because that's not a thing you accidentally do. You have to program it to hide shit in the fog of war where the player can't see it.
You are wakened from your night's sleep by a runner from the war chief. Blackhand's daughter Griselda has run off with the outlaw Turok's band of ogres. Our wolf riders have tracked them to the dungeons hidden beneath the dead mines. Find Turok's band of rebellious pigs and kill them all, including Griselda. She must not disobey the commands of her father, ever again.
Ever again. Okay. I'm going to take a quick little break. I will be right back. Okay, apparently Twitch has decided it wants to run 6 minutes of ads because it ran a 3-minute ad break and then it turned around and said, your ads are starting in 2 seconds, and now it's running another 3-minute ad break. Does nobody have their shit working correctly today? Oh my god. Okay, so I've decided that I really don't give two shits about this game at this point, so we're going to just cheat. At least for this mission, I might not even finish this game, to be honest. There can be only now I guess the cheat is not working. I guess the cheat is disabled on this map. You know what? We're done with Warcraft 1. We're done. The game is dog shit. That's it. No more Warcraft 1. Warcraft 1 is getting a DNF. Because it's a bad game. I don't have anything redeeming to say about the game at this point, because they went through on certain maps and disabled cheat codes so that you couldn't cheat on certain maps. Why don't you just take the cheat codes out entirely if you're going to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you don't want your players using cheat codes, remove the cheat codes from the game. Don't systematically select which ones they can use on which maps as some kind of, like, difficulty restriction. Just take them out if you don't want them in there. No more Warcraft 1. Never playing this game again. It is dog shit. I thought the remaster might have done something for it, put something redeemable back in the game, but no. Just no. Don't play Warcraft 1. So I guess next week we will be starting with Warcraft 2. At least with Warcraft 2, they've got a good base game to start with. But man, Warcraft 1, the game is so bad. Don't play it. Watch a video that recaps the first war. The orcs come through the dark portal. Garona betrays the orcs and joins the humans. Then she betrays the humans and kills King Lane. Medivh goes crazy and opens the dark portal for the orcs in the first place. Khadgar goes and kills Medivh. And then the orcs kick the humans' ass and win the war. That's it. That's the story of Warcraft 1. Medivh opens the dark portal. The orcs comes through. Garona betrays the orcs and joins the humans. Garona betrays the humans and kills the king. The orcs and the humans fight. The orcs win. Boom. Warcraft 1. Yeah, we're gonna put on. We can put on some tunes. The Ice Caverns from FF9. This is lovely ranting about how bad this game is music. Yeah. Not a good game. Not a good game. I still have a little time. Let's see. Do we have any Star Trek fans in the house? Because I was gifted a game that is rather interesting. I had not heard of this game, and a buddy of mine was like, I know you're a big Star Trek fan, and Voyager is your favorite Star Trek. Did you know they made a brand new Star Trek Voyager game? I think it's right up your alley. I'm like, oh, did they? Let's see. Let me get the capture going on. So it's this game, Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. And it's really, it's interesting. So you're playing in you can't see what's on my screen, but this is what just popped up. Fatal error. The game has crashed. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. Here I am about to show off your game, and your fucking game don't work. Oh. I tend to count the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, as Voyager as kind of the same entity, because they were taking place at the same time they were crossing over. This is not the first time that I've had the game crash on me when trying to load back in, and I have to like restart a sec. Okay, I guess it's just gonna crash every time now. The game has issues. There are definite issues here. As you can see, it's not entirely stable. But for what the game is, which I would be happy to demonstrate if it would let me load the damn thing. Can I reload? Years of hell. So this is like difficulty, but I'll go through and I'll show you how this game works.
So a few days back,
it's narrated by Tom Paris and Tuvok, which I guess are the only two original the actors that they could get to come and do the project.
She served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a mock.
So we're gonna skip a lot of this. This is where a lot of the decisions take place, is right here on the bridge. And I'm gonna skip a lot of this, but you're basically going through the whole process of the story of Voyager. And this is the intro to the mission screen. And you get these dialogue options that happens on the bridge. Like, this is the wave that brings them to the Delta Quadrant and all that. And they remake all these iconic scenes from the show. And there's just a lot of talking, like, right at the start. But here's an interesting thing. You get this view, which is the console map of Voyager. And what you get to do inside the ship is decide what rooms are going to be in different places. Like right now, we need to turn on stellar cartography, right? So we have a limited amount of power. We're in gray mode in engineering, which means the warp drive is off. And we've got different resources up top, and we're generating 60 energy in gray mode, and we're using 12 energy each turn. So switching on stellar cartography is going to cost 3 energy, and we're going to need 2 crew to crew the room. And we've got 50, and 34 are not being used. So when we switch that on, it goes into a cutscene. But then our power consumption goes down. We get the effects of stellar cartography to be able to use, and the number of crew go down. Most of the voyage, I would say the most problematic actor is the actress that plays Janeway, but she's been a lot better in recent years. There are some real horror stories of her from back in the day that they were actually filming the show. But this is the main core of the game. So you have the ship here, which is like damaged, and I'm gonna turn on life support for this deck, and then I'm going to like go over to the mess hall, and if I pick up, this is duranium, I need 6 duraniums to repair the mess hall. But I can have an engineering crew clean up one of these ruined rooms right here that were damaged, and I can get some materials back from that. Or you can scan the different planets of whatever system you're in, and that's deuterium, that's deuterium, that's duranium, that's deuterium, deuterium. That's more duranium. And then you can fly Voyager to the planet and pick up the resources. And you've got this little sliding bar on whether or not you get like a good outcome, an average outcome, or if it's red, a bad outcome, for how many resources you get. And later you can scan for science points. This is dilithium. These are bioneural gel packs. You have to create those. Borg nanites, you have to create those. This is tritanium. You can mine for that later. This is extra battery to store extra energy and whatnot. And it takes you across like the whole story of Voyager, from when they get stranded in the Delta Quadrant to, I assume, when they get back to Earth. I haven't actually been able to make it there yet because I can't get back into any of my saved games because it always crashes when I try to load back in. They've got some issues that they need to iron out with this for sure. But there's a lot of potential here. I think it released maybe a little bit too early. That it should have had a little more time in testing. Rather than, there's some games that want to stay in alpha forever, even though they should have been launched. And some games that jump straight to launch that needed a little more time in beta testing to make sure that, they functioned correctly. This is one of those. But there is a lot of potential here. There's a lot of things about this game that I like. I like this kind of ship management thing. And this gets really, really tight. Because later you have to manage food for the crew. You have to decide whether you're going to grow your own food, when you're going to try to source the food, or if you're going to use replicators. Because all of those things have different problems associated with it. If you're going to grow your own food, you have to make sure that you're growing enough to feed the entire crew. But if you're going to use replicator rations, your crew is going to have everything they want, but it's going to burn more of your deuterium to use the replicators. And you need that to power the ship, because this is basically your gasoline. So there's trade-offs for everything. If you're going to source your food, your crew members are going to get injured in those away missions. And so you're going to need the medical bay. It's over here. I can turn this deck on too, because this is life support. You can actually zoom in and see the people. But yeah, you're gonna need the medical bay to fix the heal up the people. Now here's one of the cool things. You can assign different people to different rooms, and then you can zoom in on the room like this and watch them in the room doing their like normal everyday things. But one of the really cool things that I don't have right now that you get later is you get to recruit crew members. And you can do this differently from what happened in the show. There's a couple of things that if you know anything about Voyager, you may be familiar with an episode called Tuvix, where Tuvok and Neelix get blended together in the transformer with a plant, and they create a new being called Tuvix. In the show, Janeway forced Tuvok and Neelix to split again, effectively killing Tuvix in the process. You can choose to not do that and just let Tuvix continue on your crew. There's a scene, there's an episode where B'Elanna gets taken apart into her Klingon half and her human half by the Vidians. And the outcome in the show is the Klingon half of her gets killed, and then they reconstitute the Klingon cells in her body and make her half human, half Klingon again. You can save her Klingon variant's life. They still make her half human, half Klingon, but you can have 2 B'Elannas on your crew, one entirely Klingon and one half human, half Klingon. I actually have that on the save file that won't load in right now. But I have 2 B'Elannas on that crew. One of them is entirely Klingon. The episode where they find the wormhole and they get in touch with the Romulan that was from like 30 years in the past, you can choose to not send him back and he joins your crew. The Vidian doctor woman that the doctor gave a holographic body to, Tanara Pell, she can join your crew. The Kazon guy that portrays the Kazon right at the beginning and helps you with the Okampa, I think his name is Kanut, he can join your crew. So you can have Kazon crew members. There are other Borg. There were 2 Borg from Unimatrix Zero that joined my crew. 7 of 9 and 9 of 9 both joined my crew. So you can get, there's more than just what happened in the show going on here. And this game is actually kind of cool when it works. Asterisk on that, when it works, because as you've seen, it doesn't always like to. Is it going to crash again? Yes, it crashed again. Yeah, so as you can see, it doesn't always like to work. But when it works, it's really fun. It probably needs a couple more patches. I think my buddy said it's like $40, $50, something like that. So he paid a penny for it, and I'm like, I don't know if I would have dropped that, considering the problems that I've had just trying to keep it running smoothly. But in the future, should that game stabilize a little bit more, I will probably add it to one of the currently $26.99, 26 pounds. So yeah, it's about $40. It's got some stabilization issues. Okay, so he probably got the DLC one. I don't think I've gotten into any DLC or anything. Do I have DLC? Deluxe DLC. Oh, I guess I do have the DLC because that's the Pale Lady. View all. Contains 5 additional missions, 2 new recruitable heroes, and 3 technologies. Counterpoint is one of my favorite episodes from... Oh, you can. This is a dude from Counterpoint. You can recruit the dude from Counterpoint. That's cool. It scales with the hardware pretty. It scales with my hardware pretty well. Because yeah, it's saying it only needs a 1060 graphics card, and that's from 2010. It does not use 16 gigabytes of RAM. I can tell you that right off the bat. Warcraft, because I was running it on screen capture mode, and it was on full quality, what you were seeing. And it wasn't lagging my system at all. And that's with my system also doing OBS and my VTuber avatar. So it works really well. Like the game itself seems to be optimized really well. It's not like a system hog or anything like that. Yeah, it's got a few issues when it comes to just stability. I guess is the word there. Stability is the issue. But as you can see, I put 14 hours into it. That's kind of a misnomer because a large part of that 14 hours was the game being open on the screen while I was off doing other things. Actual time played is probably closer to like 3 or 4 hours. Because when I was out running errands, I left it open on the screen and it just sat there for that whole time, and that was a good like 3 hours the other day. So I haven't actually played it for 14. It's just been open for 14 hours. Which may be part of the reasons why my save files are corrupted. Which is what I assume is crashing the game. It's just I let the game idle for far longer than anybody ever tested the game idling for, and something broke somewhere. I'm guessing that's probably what's going on. But if you're a fan of Star Trek, and if you're a fan of Voyager, and you're a fan of resource management games, like intense resource management survival games, then this game is just right up your alley. Definitely one of the best Star Trek games in recent years. It's been a long time since I played a good Star Trek game. The StarCraft MMO is okay, but it's really dated. And then prior to that, like the last time I played a good Star Trek game, I think were the Starfleet Command games in the early 2000s. And then there was the 2 point and click adventure games, the 25th anniversary in the 90s. Those are pretty good. But yeah, this thing just kind of shadow dropped out of nowhere I'm like, okay, that's okay. Like I will always play a game that somebody gives me, like, hey, you should try this. You might like this game. I'm like, okay. I will always give it a shot and give my honest take on what I think about it. And I think there's a lot of potential here once they iron out all of the bugs that are right here at launch. Because it's honestly not launching with any more bugs than any of the other that any big AAA game has. When Diablo 3 launched, it was literally unplayable because you couldn't get into the damn game. Diablo 4 was another pile of dog shit on its launch. Every Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 3 has been horrible on launch. Every single one of them. Some of them are still horrible a decade later. Unity. But yeah, there's once either the devs fix all the problems or the players mod out all the problems, I think this will be a really strong game. I don't know how it performs on Steam Deck. Known issue: crashes. Getting stuck at create emergency quarters. Someone lost 7 of 9. I guess she just disappeared. So yeah, like the yeah, okay. So they're aware of several different things that are causing crashes and things. I don't know how it does with Steam Deck. Let's see if it mentions on the store page whether or not it's getting mostly positive reviews, which is pretty good. Single player Steam. It says it has full controller support. Steam Deck compatibility, playable. Ooh, okay. Some in-game text is small and may be difficult to read. All functionality is accessible. Game shows Steam Deck controller icons. The game's default graphics configurations performs well on Steam Deck. One moment. Well, never mind. I guess they really didn't want to talk. So, yeah, I guess it works okay on Steam Deck. Here's some videos showing some combat. Because there is ship-to-ship combat in the game as well. You also have to manage your morale, because if the morale gets too low, they will mutiny on you, and you'll lose the ship. Yeah, ship combat. It's very simplistic combat. But you know, it's kind of fun. That's what away missions look like right there. Away missions are just okay, you have this choices, these choices, and this choice has this much a percentage of winning. This choice has this much a percentage of winning. Apparently, you can win the game in like the first 30 minutes of the game by using the caretaker's array to just turn around and go back to the Alpha Quadrant and screw the Okampa. Watch the devs are currently playing, but yeah, it's a fun I've had some fun with it. The Oregon Quadrant Trail, very much so. Yes, because I've gamed over, like I have it on the easiest setting, and I've gamed over in my like 3 to 4 hours. I game over twice. I straight up lost in a fight against the Kazon and they blew up the ship. And then I got mutinied and stranded on a planet. So I'm like, okay. So yeah. Unlock Warcraft 1, that game has some potential. They really do need to fix the crashing issue, though. That is a problem, and it's not a small problem. Having to restart like a brand new game because your saves won't load in for one reason or another is an issue. I imagine that wouldn't be an issue on every system. It's probably something unique about my configuration that is causing that crash. Yeah, just something about my system that it's not expecting, is destabilizing it. If I had to venture a guess, probably changing graphic settings or using a different version of my graphics card driver will probably fix it. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's gonna be it for the stream for today. We're gonna be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Pokemon Blue, and then at 9 p.m. with the Planet Crafter collaboration. I'm going to make a website that shows the games that I've completed on the channel, going all the way back in the different like eras of the channel, and the games I've completed on the quest lines, and then the games that are. I'm gonna make a wall of shame. And I'm gonna put several games on the wall of shame. Warcraft 1 is going on the wall of shame. Yeah. Cause with remastering it, Blizzard, you could have fixed the shit, but you didn't. You just kind of smeared it around. It's like a dog took a crap on your white carpet, and instead of going over there and cleaning it up, you just let the Roomba spread it all around the room. The wall of PS. I can only think of 3 games that I would put directly on that, and one of them I would be willing to give a second chance to. Warcraft 1 is going on there, the game's shit. Forspoken is going on there, the game is shit. Assassin's Creed Mirage at launch was horrible. But to be fair, I haven't played it again since launch. And I hear that they have made a lot of improvements to the core mechanics of the game. And I'd be willing to give it another shot because they did the same thing to Diablo 4, which was horrible when it first came out, and is now a fairly decent game that works pretty well. I would be willing to give Assassin's Creed Mirage a second chance. I don't know if I'd be willing to give Forspoken another chance, just because of the sheer... Assassin's Creed Mirage failed from a mechanical gameplay point of view. The gameplay in the game didn't work. And that's not something that can stay broken for very long and have any kind of a good game. Forspoken failed because the gameplay didn't work, the graphics didn't work, the story didn't work, the characters didn't work. There's so many failure points on Forspoken, I don't even want to look at that thing again. Despite them still giving me free shit in that game. I've got the DLC, which was given for me through a promotion because I bought the collector's edition. I've gotten all these like little individual... It was so broke, it was actually spoken. That's good, I like that. Yep. It was actually spoken. Oh. That reminds me of a joke I made to a friend of mine the other day. What happens when a telescope crashes into a microscope? They kaleidoscope. Anywho, that's been my ranting session about Warcraft 1 and a little bit about Forspoken and showing off a cool Star Trek game that doesn't fully work yet. Boo. Thank you, GLaDOS. Just boo. Okay, let's see who we can raid and who we can raid today. Who's doing some fun stuff that we can drop a raid on. I raid Ellie all the time. Isn't there anybody besides Ellie I can raid? Well, DG. Well, okay, I will drop you guys with DG, who is looks like she's having a talkie talk stream right now. And might be doing marathon later. Oh, marathon is having the service slam. Oh, okay. So she might be playing some marathon in a bit. I'm gonna drop you guys. Oh my god, phone. I am having a speech here. I'm gonna drop you guys off with DG, and I will be back tomorrow with Pokemon Blue at 2, not 12. So 2 hours later is gonna be our official start time from now on. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Nari out.